right. Hello. All right, I think we're here. Let me make sure. For those of you, if anyone is watching right now, my name is Will Johnson, UnitedAmericaFirst.com. I am sitting in for Jeremy Harrell this evening. I want to thank all of you for joining me. Let me go here and look and verify that I am active, that I am live. So this is the first time I'm doing this for Jeremy. We'll see how it goes. If Jeremy likes it, we'll probably do some more. But I'm just going to verify to make sure that I am actually live. And we'll see here. And it appears to be that I am. All right, cool beans. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for being here this evening. It is Friday, March 12th, 2021. And it's a very interesting time that we're living in, and how they're all changing they're trying to change everything about Christianity, the outlook on white people, and most definitely our children. That's the main thing that we're going to talk about tonight, is the attack on our children and the direction they want to take the country in as far as it goes with our children. But I want to follow the same suit that Jeremy does. And I want to start off with a short scripture here. And I'm going to say a prayer as well, because, you know, our country is in such an interesting time that we're all living in. It's an extremely interesting time that we're all living in. So let me just say a prayer. Lord, please give me the words. Give me the words that someone needs to hear. Use me, Lord, the way you see fit. Let it not be me, but be you, Lord. We give you all the glory. All of the glory goes to you, Lord. All of the achievements, all of our excitements, you get the glory, Lord. And we want to do all of these things in your name, Lord. In the name of Jesus. Okay, so let me just read this. This is Romans 1, verse 8. Chapter 1, verse 8. For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and all unrighteous men of suppress the truth in unrighteousness, because what may be known of God is manifest in them. For God has shown it to them. For since the creation of the world, his vision attribute are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his internal power and Godhead, so that they are exalted, so that they are excused, because of although they knew God, they did not glorify him as God, nor thankful, but became futile in their thoughts, and their foolish hearts are darkened. That plays out so much to what we're seeing today. It plays out to a T. And I don't know how many of you seen my videos, but I've talked a lot about how the country has changed, how the country has moved from being a Christian nation to what the Democrats want to move the country to, which is not Christian. They reject God. I don't know if y'all seen it, but before the 2020 election, you know, they had the DNC, and it was all online, and they rejected God. The DNC, they rejected God. They left God out of the Pledge of Allegiance. They've done it multiple times. It wasn't the first time. The first time that I'm aware that the Democrats rejected God was in the year 2012 during their DNC. And this is before the whole mask and everything, when they were actually all gathering in a building. And they actually took a vote whether or not to include God into their DNC, into their Democrat National Convention. And they all voted God out. This was in 2012. So they haven't changed. And the reason why that I'm talking about it and bringing it up, because I want to touch on how they are demonizing white people, and I've said this so many times for the past 3 years, they're demonizing white people. And the main reason why they're doing that is because they want to get at Christianity. See, they don't want to come out and directly say that Christianity is the problem, that Christ is the problem, because they have a lot of people that are Democrats that call themselves Christians. See, they have that right now. So they know they can't do that because they'll lose a lot of support from a lot of people. And they don't want to lose any of that support. They want to continue to gain that support. They're working on keeping it. The same thing. Did y'all see when Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, this is related, when they were talking about all the anti-Semitic stuff about, Jerusalem and the Israelites, well, Nancy Pelosi and the rest of them had to come together and write up paperwork, document saying that, they can't say this, and they wouldn't say it because they didn't want to lose the support from the Jewish community. So that's how they were looking at it. They didn't want to lose that support. They didn't want to lose it at all. So guess what they did? They wrote up a rule to keep Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib from saying anything because they didn't want to lose the Jewish support. Same thing is happening. Same thing happened with black people. They don't want to lose the support of black people. So now they're even talking about reparations. But the main goal here is that for the Democrats is that they want to demonize white people because of Christianity. That's their main goal, to get rid of Christianity. I've talked about it so many times how the Democrats want to remove the Christian values. Look how they did. They did it in the courthouse. They've done it in the schools. They're doing it in public venues. They don't want you praying on a football field. Their goal is to do that. And why is that? They want to remove Christianity because Christianity is letting them know what they're doing wrong. And then you get a lot of people will say that, well, you can't judge anybody. Don't judge anybody. Have you ever heard that? Have you ever heard that? Saying don't judge anybody? Well, a lot of people, when they say that, they don't understand what God's word even says about that. When you're judging someone, and they say that you call yourself a hypocrite when you're judging somebody, or you say you're not supposed to judge anyone because that's what God's supposed to do. People have taken that completely out of context. When you're judging somebody, or like for someone that's like these trans that's living a certain lifestyle, it's not that you're like judging them like they're saying you can't judge anybody. That's not it at all. What it is God's word is clear. When you're talking about the wrong things that these people are doing and they take it and saying that you're judging them, it's only wrong is if you're doing the same thing and then you turn around and tell people don't do it. It's the same thing like when someone's saying don't steal, don't steal, don't steal, and then you turn around and you steal something that makes you a hypocrite. You're not supposed to judge. That's when you're not supposed to. But we're supposed to judge one another to help each other stay out of trouble. That's what it's all about. See, the evil one is very slick. The evil one has figured out to get people to say, don't judge when we're supposed to. We're supposed to judge to help people not get in trouble. It's not a bad thing to judge somebody. Now, it's bad is if you're actually doing something and then you turn around and tell someone else not to do it. That's when it becomes wrong. So me doing something wrong and I get caught, for example, and then I have to go stand before the judge is going to judge. He's going to judge me, right? You go stand before the judge. That's the way it is. It makes complete sense, but they've taken it and they twisted it. But let me get on to a topic, and I actually had a brief conversation with Jeremy about this. We want to talk about how they're targeting our children in the United States of America, and it's spreading across the country. It's pretty disgusting, in my opinion. Now, let me be clear. If a man decides to put on lipstick, a tutu, makeup, go out and pretend that he is a woman, I'm not going to go to his door. I'm not going to chase him down. And I'm not going to say, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that. Right? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to chase him down. A grown man that's doing this. See, a lot of these people, when they're doing this, that they make that decision, that choice, and that decision, that choice is between them and God. Now, the main time when I have a problem with it is when they start targeting children. Everyone should have an issue about it when they start targeting children, no matter who you are. But you have some adults, some parents pushing this nonsense onto their kids. And they're all glorifying it. And I don't know about you, but I've constantly talked about how we live in a day and age. We live where the Bible, this book here, I keep it close. This is my sword and my shield, the armor of God. We live in a time to where biblical things are taking place. And the way they're pushing all this stuff onto the children, that is part of it. You can't tell me that just even 8 years ago, well, maybe a little bit more than that, because Obama was his midterm then. Maybe we have to go 12 years ago, before Obama came in. 12 years ago, you heard about the transgender stuff here and there a little bit, but it wasn't nothing like it is today. After Obama came into office, that's when the whole transgender stuff just escalated. Went through the roof. Obama even went as far as trying to remove federal funding from some states that refuse to have gender-neutral bathrooms. So then these grown men can go into the restroom with these little girls. How sick is that? And he was supposed to be the president of the free world. But yet we have the leader in the nation doing this. Now, they're targeting our children. And I don't know if Jeremy actually mentioned this, but the reason why I believe that they're targeting our children is because it's the same thing they did in Nazi Germany in the 1930s. Hitler wanted to target children at the age of 3 and older to start indoctrinating them to believe that Nazism was a good thing, it's a way of life. And then that way, when they get older, become adults, they wouldn't even question it. It's the same thing that they're doing with the whole homosexual acts and the transgender and stuff like that. And I'm not on here trying to bash someone because, you know, the tech companies, they try to come on down on you trying to say, oh, you're hating, you're homophobic, you know, all this. No, if you're an adult, that's between you and God. That's just me. Now, some other people say otherwise, but me personally, if you're an adult, do your thing. I'm not going to get involved in it. But when you start targeting children, everybody on the planet should have an issue with it. And now, y'all seen how they've done the Dr. Seuss and the Mr. Potato Head and the Gay BCs. And it's just all targeting children at an early age. So when they become our age, you and I, young adults even, when they become our age, guess what's going to happen? They're going to turn around and say that it's always been here and it's completely natural. So let me play something for you. Have y'all may have seen this, I don't know. But this dude here playing in Cinderella, and he's playing the fairy godmother in Cinderella. I mean, so whoever cast him for this part, they already have a twisted mind. And this again is them coming after our children, trying to convince the children that this whole disgusting, in my opinion, lifestyle, even God's word, it's disgusting. But the whole thing is that they're targeting children, trying to convince children that it's good. And listen to something at the very end of this, because at the very end of this clip, he's going to say that the children get it. You know why? Because children are just kids. A lot of children don't even question this nonsense. It's the adults that's pushing it onto kids, just like him.
It hit me when I was on the set last week how profound it is that I am playing the fairy godmother. They call it the Fab G. Magic has no gender.
Magic has no gender. Y'all hear this? I mean, look at him. This dude is disgusting.
We are presenting this character as genderless.
The fairy godmother, the fairy godmother. Let me take it back again. Let me just take it back, because listen to him. Listen to the role, and then he's gonna say it's genderless.
It hit me when I was on set last week how profound it is that I am playing the fairy godmother.
See, he says mother, fairy godmother, which the fairy mother is a woman. We all know this, but then he turns around and said it's a genderless role. So there, I mean, what did he just say? Fairy? He's just playing a fairy?
They call it the Fab G. Magic has no gender. We are presenting this character as genderless. At least that's how I'm playing it. And it's really powerful.
It's powerful if you are a follower of Satan. That's the only way this is powerful. This is powerful to Satan's movement. And some people still, it's amazing to me that when you even try to present this crazy stuff like this to adults that call themselves Christians, they reject, they'll say they'll reject it, but they won't go out and say, hey, we shouldn't be doing this. And I'm talking about those that are on the left that think that, this whole leftist movement, and you have to include the leftist movement because you're either on the right or the left. And if you're lukewarm, look it up what it says in the Bible. But majority of the people on the left, they reject God and they introduce stuff like this because you don't see, and I'm going to say this, you don't see constitutionalists, AKA Trump supporters, pushing stuff like this. You don't see it. Now, there's a few out there that, that play in that realm. But, I'm talking about the majority of us that love this nation, believe in God, don't follow this kind of stuff. Listen to what he says here at the end, though.
This is a classic. This is a classic fairy tale for a new generation. And I think that the new generation is really ready. The kids are ready.
You hear this? The new generation. Let me take it back just one more time to that little part there. He said the generation is ready. And then he goes on to say the kids are ready. It's the same thing they did in Nazi Germany. Now, I'm just using Nazi Germany. I'm pretty sure it's happened in other times and to other time periods. But Nazi Germany is like the biggest one because we're seeing a lot of similarities what they did in the 1930s then, what they did to the Jewish people, but today they're actually doing it to white people. And a lot of people want to ignore it, but you can ignore it all you want. But he said the children are ready. And then he's going to go and say that the adults are the problem. See, adults like myself, adults that know that this demonic stuff is not right.
That the new generation is really ready. The kids are ready. It's the grown-ups that are slowing stuff down.
It's the grown-ups that are slow and dumbed down. Y'all hear that? I mean, my God. And they're actually pushing this stuff onto us, onto society, as if it is a good thing. My God. And you still have a lot of people saying, oh, well, what God's word says, the generation that pass will see these things, will not pass. The generation that see these things happen will not pass. And a lot of people, even today, keep saying that this crazy stuff that we're experiencing will not happen in our lifetime. They're saying it. They're saying it. And even though it's happening, people still say it. Oh, it's not going to happen in our lifetime. It's not going to happen in our lifetime. Don't even show it to me because it's not going to happen in our lifetime. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But yet it's happening. It's to the point now to where parents, the adults of these children, there's a mental issue going on with the adults. You know how you always hear like the left, they're always talking about we need to work on mental health. You hear it all the time, especially when it comes to our Second Amendment. You hear it constantly. Hear it constantly. They talk about how we need to work on health issues, mental health issues. I hear it all the time. I know you've heard it. Without question, I know you've heard it. To give one example, I'm just going to put this up here on the screen real quick. This is on my website, uniteamericafirst.com. Have y'all seen this? Biden HHS picks advocate sex change for kids. Oh my goodness. This is a man playing dress up, acting like a woman or wanting to be a woman, and I refuse to call him a her. And you know, I get people sending me messages, well, he's identifying as a her. You should be respectful and call him a her. No, I don't want to play along. It's not even about respect. How come you can't respect me for sticking with reality? Oh, right? Why can't you respect that? You should be able to respect me sticking with reality. That is a man, and he's going to be a man. But the point of the reason why I'm showing this is because, like I said, Biden, this is on the Biden administration, and even before the election, on his website, he was pushing and talking about how they want to advocate for the same sex, the homosexual lifestyle like no tomorrow, more than any other time in history. But this is a man with health issues that's talking about sex change for children. And they want to do these puberty blockers. They want to do these puberty blockers to get people like you to give it to your children. So then that way, when they become 16, that they've been taking these puberty blockers, and it will stop them from going through puberty. If you're especially the males, right? They do concentrate on the females, but just a little bit, but not like they do males. They're really concentrating on males, on getting males to not become actual men, young men. But what I was saying a minute ago about how the parents of these kids, they're indoctrinating the children because the parents have a mental issue. And you can only imagine what kind of damage it's going to do to these kids when they get older, because there's millions of us that have kids and grandkids that's not going to allow this to happen to their child. Not going to allow it to happen. But you have videos like this one. Now, the screen may look blurry to you, and it's blurry on purpose because on YouTube, you can't show any children. You can't show any kids without them attacking your channel. So I don't want anything to happen to Jeremy Harrell's channel at all. I played it on mine, but I don't want people to, but the whole point is I want you to listen to what they're saying here. This is disgusting.
The ABCs.
You like this book?
Yes.
Are you a woke toddler?
Yes.
Can you say, I'm woke?
I'm woke.
A is for
I lie.
B is for
Bye.
C is for
Coming out.
D is for
Drag.
E is for
Equality.
F is for
Family. Uh-oh. We missed a page.
G is for
Gay.
H is for
Hope.
I is for
Intersex.
Seriously, at his age, what in the world does he know about intersex? Seriously, how many of you know about intersex? How many of you have been educated on intersex? How many of you want to be educated on intersex? And she, whoever this, if this is even the mother, I don't know, but they're recording this and having this child, apparently this child has been going through this GABC book for the longest to be so fluent in it, to know exactly what the letters are in it, what they want them to mean. If you don't, and I'm just waiting for the time for them to push this nonsense, this demonic stuff into the school system. Did you know They're adding BLM to the curriculum in some of these schools throughout the nation. BLM. What in the world does BLM have to do with anything? But they're introducing it into the curriculum. And like I said in the beginning of this broadcast, it's about the attacks on white people. I'm a black male and I'm screaming at the top of the hill. It's disgusting what they're doing. But listen, it gets worse.
J is for
Joy. We missed a page.
K is for
Kiki.
L is for
Lesbian.
M is for
Mountain.
N is for
Non-binary.
O is for
Orientation.
very good. P is for
Hands.
Q is for
I don't know what Q.
that's okay. Q is for queer.
Queer.
R is for
Respect.
So they have Q for queer, and she's making sure that he gets it. And then they have R for respect. Do you understand what's happening here? Do you see it? Do you see it? I'm not the only one, am I? How they're targeting our children. And this is just one kid here, but you know they're pushing this.
S is for
Sachet.
sachet. T is for
Trans.
very good. U is for
Unique.
V is for
Vogue.
do you know how to vogue?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Okay, turn the page. W is for
Wonder.
Okay, let me stop it there real quick. I didn't stop it when he got to M. And, you know, most of the time when I was growing up learning the ABCs, when it got to M, it meant for man. In this case, he said mountain. M stands for man, right? But they purposely left man out. See, they got all these other genders and everything else that they're creating, but they're excluding man. They're excluding what God called us, right? They're excluding that. Now we get to W. When I was growing up learning the ABCs, yeah, I did learn the ABCs. W meant woman. Here they have it as wonder. And you know, I'm sitting there looking at the Communist News Network. For those of you that don't know, that's for CNN. I'm sitting there looking at the Communist News Network, and this commercial came on. And the commercial came on, and it talked about wonder, woman. See, they have this whole thing to where they just want to elevate women. Now, I don't have anything wrong with elevating women. I think women are the best thing on the planet. Seriously, I would not want to be on a planet with nothing but men. Thank God that he created women. But my point in that is that they're trying to downgrade men and elevate women to where women are the only thing that matters. And even in this book, and I didn't even realize it when he was saying this wonder. I'm like, why is he just saying wonder? Until I actually saw this commercial ad that they were pushing Wonder Woman, saying that all women are Wonder Woman, and it's completely against what God has created. Just a little bit left in the ABCs here. Listen, this is disgusting.
X is for
X.
Y is for
U.
and Z is for
Zams.
zest.
Zest.
Wow. How disturbing is that? How many of you have grandkids that would be okay with your grandchild going to a school learning this? What if your kids, because this is someone, I wonder the adult in that video, the parents of that adult, the grandparents to that child, how do they feel about it? What if that was your daughter teaching your grandchild that? What if that was your wife teaching your child that? How would you feel about that? This is completely disgusting what we're seeing in the United States of America. And it's not just here, but it is going worldwide. And I truly believe that they're doing it because we're living in the last days the Bible is referring to. Just like in the days of Noah. Just like it was then. Just like it was then. And even here, I talked about this before. This was years ago. Peanut butter and jelly is racist, right? I mean, this is disgusting. And this is in the school. A Portland school principal deemed it as racist and saying it would pertain to white privilege. I mean, when did peanut butter and jelly sandwich become racist? I like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And they were saying it's racist because kids from outside of the country may not be accustomed to peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So giving it to them for school lunch is racist. Because apparently, according to this, only white kids can afford peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Here's another example. Dr. Seuss. They have 6 books that they've taken off the shelf. And I'm pretty sure everyone is aware of this by now. If you haven't been, then you haven't been paying attention. But they're taking 6 books off the shelf. And I'm going to show you one reason why they took this. One of the books, I actually went out and I found this one because I had some of these a long time ago. But this is the book that consists of multiple books. And I've showed this on my broadcast as well. But the main reason why they wanted to do this book, and this is the only reason why, this one is Put Me in the Zoo. What do y'all see there? It appears to be 2 white cops carrying the bear out. And if you haven't read the story, it's because the bear wanted to be in the zoo and they said, you can't be here. And ultimately the bear went to the circus, but he was upset because they threw him out of the zoo and it looked like 2 white cops. That's the only thing that's related to any of the sanity that we see today, why they would do that. Another example, targeting the children. Mr. Potato Head, and everyone here, I'm pretty sure you're aware of this as well. Mr. Potato Head. And you see, there's 2 Mr. Potato Heads here. One of them with high heels. Both of them have mustaches. But there's a reason why they're doing this, and they're doing this to target our children in the country. How many of you are okay with this? Are you fine with it? This is crazy, right? It's crazy to me. It's 100% crazy to me. Okay, so I didn't know if I was going to do this, but let's do this. I put the phone number up on the screen there. If you want to give me a call and give me your opinion about what I've been talking about here, about them pushing the transgender onto the schools, onto our children. What do you think? If you want to give me a call, the number's right there. Don't be shy. I don't bite. Not too hard. Don't be shy. Give me a call. Give me a call. All right. I'm going to put the number up there if you want to give me a call. In the meantime, I want to show you something else. Joe Biden, the whole transgender thing, they're all for it. DOJ case on transgender athlete cases which seek to stop transgender women from competing against biological women in sports. Why do we even have to have that conversation? Why does this even have to come up? Really? This is something that should not be happening. And you notice after what happened this past November, this past election, all of this stuff has been intensifying. It's been increasing. It's been increasing. And it's like it's nonstop. It's like every single day they come up with something else to see how more insane, how far they can push the envelope before it just all pops. And the reason why I believe that they're doing it is because of 2022, not even 2024, 2022. They have to push, they're going to push all of this stuff into play before 2022 gets here. So then that way they can try to make sure it stays permanently before we get to 2024. Even before we get there. All right. I see the phone line starting to fill up. We're going to start taking some of your phone calls here. Hey, do me a favor. I don't know if you noticed, but I have ticker information, scrolling information there at the bottom. Jeremy Harrell's website information is in there. And please do me a favor, go to Jeremy's website, get the merch, sponsor him as much as possible. As much as you're willing to do. As much as God puts on your heart. Let me say it like that. Okay. All right. Well, cool. Let's go to the phone lines and see what we have here. So apparently this is going to be a lot of new callers for me. So let's just do this. Let's go to the first one here. The first one is the last four of your phone number is 2902, 2902. All right. We're going to go to you. 2902 is the last four. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, Will. This is Peppy. I'm calling from Chicago.
Hey, thanks for calling. What you got for me?
I find this whole thing absolutely disgusting. I am a teacher, and I read last night that the Manhattan schools are taking the mom and mother, father out of the context of things. And it just dawned on me what's happening in my school, that they've been saying friends for years, but instead of saying boys and girls, the friends to be gender neutral. It's just disgusting.
It is 100% disgusting. And it's almost like they're doing it in our faces and trying to say that there's nothing we can do about it. But there's a lot we can do about it. And you say you're a teacher.
Yes.
And you're seeing this firsthand.
I am. I haven't seen where they've taken mother or father out yet, but it is to the point where all the teachers are calling all the kids friends, and that has always bothered me because I think it's important to know the child's name and to refer to them by name.
I remember one time they were saying that they wanted to refer to the boys and girls as penguins, just penguins, which was completely crazy, and that was like the beginning stage. I remember that under Obama. It's crazy. Let me ask you this: you being a teacher, have you heard about them trying to implement the BLM curriculum in your school?
I have not heard that because I'm totally going to lose it. When I used to work for Chicago Public, I said when they tell me that I have to teach, I have two mommies, I have two daddies, that's the day I walk.
Well, you know what? Please call me back. Call me back and let me know if that ever happens.
Oh, I shall do that.
All right. Thank you so much for the call.
You probably hear me anyway, but.
Well,
right.
Cool. Well, thank you for the call. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, let's go to the next one here. 1028 is the last four. 1028 is the last four of the number. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, my name is Trinette Mitchell. I'm calling from Bridge City, Texas.
Texas. I'm in Texas too.
Yes.
Awesome.
Awesome.
What do you think about all of this?
It blows my mind. I can't even believe that our children have to go through that, and that we are even it's just topic. I can't even believe that it's happening. And the more that I learn that it is happening, the more I want to know what we as parents can do about it. I mean, you can't totally lose it, but I don't want that to happen. And I live in a smaller town, and I pray that it does not happen here. And that's part of the reason that I want to stay in a smaller town.
I hear you there. I'm actually, I don't know if you heard of Round Rock, Pflugerville, just it's close to Austin.
Austin, yes, sir.
Yeah, it's pretty liberal here. I'm a black male, and I can't stand the whole BLM stuff that they're pushing. And I walk out my front door, and my neighbors across the street, they're white liberals, and they have a BLM sign in their yard. I'm like, really?
But do they even understand what it is?
No, you know what? I don't think they do. I don't think they do, because BLM is for removing fathers from the household, and they're anti-God. So, and they're anti-white. I mean, seriously, it's crazy. BLM is anti-white people, so it's completely ridiculous. So, Hey, thank you so much for the call.
Thank you.
All right, take care. All right, let's see. We got another one here. The last four is 3410, 3410. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, hi, Will. Hey, this is Storm. I'm from Washington State in the land of liberal. So I'm so glad you're there standing in for Jeremy. You're doing a great job. I have kind of an interesting experiment that happened to us. I just want to share this because it's such a positive one during this COVID thing. So our son, who's a 15-year-old, he was stuck in the house in our apartment, actually, and through that whole last year of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And he's such a great kid, and he's an athlete, and he's a he tries so hard at school and just all these good things. And my heart breaks for all these kids. But anyway, what I did is I called every single boarding school I could. And I begged and pleaded. I said, I can pay for his food. We don't have any money. We're just regular people. And so we put him in a boarding school in Alabama. Okay, get this. We put him in a boarding school in Alabama. He was not really thrilled, of course. He was just like, what? We live in, just outside of Seattle. Anyway, I'm telling you this. He is in a very conservative school where the gentlemen wear ties and the girls wear cute uniform, plaid uniforms, and the guys wear their blazers, and everyone is Miss so-and-so and Mrs. so-and-so, and everyone is just so polite and wonderful. The girls are girls. And so anyway, here's what Jack reported after about a month. Mom, I love it here. And it was so, so just rolling back, it was so confusing to him to go to his first year of high school where we live. And there's all this talk that he's never heard of such a thing. All these things that they're talking about, from the sex education to just bringing attention to different genders all the time, and asking what pronoun he wanted to be called, and it was just so confusing because Jack's like a regular kid. He just wants to play basketball and have a good time. He's just a great guy. Yeah. And anyway, now we just lost all that. He's down at this school in Alabama. We haven't seen him for 8 months. He's happier than he's ever been. I just want to say, kids like to be around normal things, and I don't have any issue with anybody who's doing whatever they're doing. We have never programmed him to, we haven't said, oh, these people are bad or those people are bad. We haven't. It was just so confusing, and now he's so relaxed and so happy to be a strong young man. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say, Will. Okay?
Well, hey, that's awesome, and thank you for calling and telling us that story.
Thank you. Okay,
right.
Have a great day, you guys.
You too.
Bye.
Take care. Awesome. It's always nice to hear there's a happy ending, and I think we're gonna have a happy ending with all of this stuff that's going on, because we already know God wins in the end. All right, but we're gonna go through some stuff before we get to that point. All right, let's go to another one. The last four is 2111. 2111 is the last four. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, it's Kathy from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Hello, Kathy. Thank you for calling me.
Well, Mr. Johnson, I'm glad that you are taking over for Jeremy. I watch it twice a day for the longest time. But the thing that has disturbed me are the videos that you put on. I don't know where this country is coming from or where it's going.
Kathy, let me say this. Let me say thank you for being disturbed by that. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but thank you, because that means that you are a rational thinking person.
I'm 73 years old.
Wow.
And I have never in my life seen anything like this. Wow. I have grown grandchildren. I have a little 6-year-old granddaughter that I am so scared for. And especially that video you showed of that little boy and that grown-up teaching him this garbage.
So imagine, and so I'm playing a video and I'm thinking about, mature ladies such as yourself looking at this, and that could be like my daughter reading that to my grandchild. And I can just imagine the blood boiling.
Exactly. I mean, I was sitting here watching you, and God bless you. You're doing a fantastic job, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you.
And I mean, I know you're a man of God, and I'm a woman of God, and I'm a Christian. But I'll tell you what, I am just so upset about what is happening in our country for my grandkids and for their kids. You know, that is what hurts me.
Mm-hmm.
What these people are doing to our kids.
Yeah. And it's you know what?
And then the funny thing, I mean, I laughed for 5 minutes with the peanut butter and jelly.
It's crazy. That's crazy, right? I mean, I show it because it's like there's no ending to their insanity. I mean, seriously, peanut butter and jelly. I like peanut butter and jelly. Why?
I was sitting here laughing so hard. I mean, it really made my day. Peanut butter and jelly is racist.
I mean, they're stupid. That's how stupid they are. It's crazy. It's crazy. So,
I don't know where it's coming from. I really don't. It's just unbelievable.
It is 100%. 100%. So,
it's
hey,
the
Kathy,
devil. It is the devil.
You know what?
We
That's
have
exactly what it is. It is 100% the devil. 100%. Hey, Kathy, thank you so much for the call.
Okay, you God bless.
God bless.
Bye.
All right. Hey, I want to apologize for everyone that's still on the line that I didn't get a chance to get to. We're at the end of the broadcast. I hope you really enjoyed it. Send Jeremy a message saying, hey, we love the fact that you had Will Johnson on. Do me a favor. If you haven't done it, hit the like button on this video. Because when you hit that like button, you actually help get past the algorithms. You actually help the video. You vote on it. And if you don't like the video, there is a thumbs down. Make sure you hit it twice. Show us that you don't like it and hit it twice. Do that for us, okay? With that said, my name is Will Johnson. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And thank you and God bless you for all of the wonderful comments. I did see some of the comments as much as I could. With that, I want to leave you with this special video that I've created. God bless and good night.
There is power in one name that is above all names. On this one name, all things can be done. No other name has brought so much joy and so much comfort to the world. Only one name has power over the heavens and the earth. You can call on this one name, and all of the angels will hear you. Every knee will be on the ground for the one with this name. The one with this name paid the ultimate price for us all. The one with this name is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the King of Kings. The one with this name, Jesus.